Hello, I'm Sheila Maria. I am a psychic medium. It is wonderful to be with you. Let me know if you are around. So I am jumping on to look at what the biggest soul blocks are for you this April. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk to you about what a soul block is. So a soul block is when no matter what you try to do, nothing is working at all. So this may be that you've been trying to manifest something and no matter what you do, nothing is changing. It may well be that you have been told that there is a certain person or a certain outcome which is meant for you, and yet it's been months and months and months and the outcome hasn't happened yet, or you haven't met that person yet. Sometimes it can be that there is a decision that you've been waiting on, perhaps a legal decision or a professional decision. Perhaps you can't get a job and you've taken all the obvious actions but nothing is changing. Perhaps you've tried to meet a soulmate and you've done everything that you've been told to do, but nothing is changing. So the first thing I want to do is to say that it's not because you're doing anything wrong. When there is a complete block to something manifesting or something changing or something coming in, it is literally because at the level of the soul, there is a disconnect between that and the result that your higher self wants. So to be clear here, the higher self is the part of you that is never scared. The higher self is the part of you that is not worried about failure or loss. And the higher self is the part of you that more than anything wants to grow. And usually when there is an outcome that just isn't happening, you're intelligent, you've done everything that you can do and nothing is changing at all. Logically, you probably know that this is something that your higher self wants for you, and you've been as positive as you can be and nothing is changing. That is because at the level of the soul, there is a disconnect. And that disconnect can be between your soul and your higher self. And that disconnect can also be between your personality self in the meat suit and your soul. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at how a soul block is caused. So a soul block, which is described as the reason why nothing changes, right? So you can't get that job, you can't heal that health condition, you can't manifest that lover, you've never got enough money, your business is not moving forward, whatever it is that is blocked for you, right? And maybe you've had lots of healings and lots of clearings, and you get to that point that you think, what am I doing wrong? Because I know that this is meant for me. There is a disconnect with your soul, either between your soul and the higher self, or your soul and the person that is here on earth. So let's talk about what can actually cause that. So number one, if you don't have enough energy, enough physical, emotional, or mental energy, you will not be able to manifest any outcome, even the ones that are meant for you. You can also have too many soul contracts. Did you know we're only supposed to have 250 soul contracts? So most empaths have over 6,000. So with every soul contract, you've actually got any energy which is bleeding away during all the hours that you are awake. So that's why you don't have the mental, physical or emotional energy to manifest. It can also be your life purpose is, you feel that you are here to help people, you feel that you are here to uplift people, but your life purpose feels too big for you. You know, the list of what you would have to do to actually make your life purpose happen, it just feels absolutely massive. So that can be a soul block. Another soul block can happen is that you feel that you are failing in some way. You know, maybe you are a healer, or you are an intuitive, or you want to be a life coach, whatever it is you really want to do. Maybe you want to rescue animals, maybe you want to help children with special needs, maybe you want to raise awareness, whatever you consider your life purpose to be. So Tracy, I'm going to come to that in a minute. So in a minute, I am going to pick 3 of you to tell you what your blocks are, and I'm also going to tell you what you can do about it. Okay? Yeah, I haven't got a lot of hair. I love it too. The bald look doesn't suit me. Hey, Melanie. So let's say that you know what your soul purpose is, because it really, really matters to you. But try as you might, nothing is happening in that way. You've had no success with your healing business. You've had no luck meeting your twin flame. You've had no progress making your health better. Maybe you cannot lose weight, whatever it is, right? So another reason is that you get to a point where you look at other people getting those kind of outcomes, and you're doing what those other people are doing, but it doesn't work for you, right? You take the same steps that they're taking, but it doesn't work for you. And so you begin to feel like maybe this outcome which you wanted just isn't meant for you, right? So you feel like you're failing. Hi, Patricia. Hello, darling. So another soul block. So at the minute, I'm just talking about what these soul blocks are. You feel like you don't know what it is you're actually meant to do. Perhaps you thought you knew what you were here to do, but you don't actually know what you're here to do anymore. Everything's sort of making less and less sense as time goes on, right? So, you know, that lover that you can't manifest, that job that you can't manifest, that business that you can't get off the ground, the weight that you cannot lose, whatever it is that just isn't happening, you actually begin to think to yourself, well, maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree and this just isn't meant for me because I'm doing really badly. So another soul block, final soul block I'm going to talk about today is you've been trying for so long. You've tried so hard to make that thing manifest. You don't actually believe that it will anymore. You've tried all the law of attraction books. You've tried everything that you have been told to try. You've done vision boards. You've done social media. You've shoved a broom up your ass. Ouch. And if you've got a witch's broom, that's a big ouch. And you actually don't actually believe that it's gonna change. So these are blocks. It doesn't mean that outcome is not meant for you. But unless you identify that it is actually a block, that outcome will continue to elude you. So what can you do about it? Well, here are just a few of the things that I was told just to mention today. You can have an aura healing, right? You've got settings within your aura that denote how psychic you can be. You've got settings in your aura that denote how much money you can earn. You've got settings in your aura that denote how much weight you can lose. You've got settings in your aura that denote how much energy you have to keep trying to manifest. So giving yourself a really thorough aura clearing is something that everybody can do. In with that, you can give yourself a really thorough chakra clearing. Include your hand chakras, include your knee chakras, include your feet chakras. In with that, do a cord cutting. The other thing you can do is you can cut negative energy cords. So these are where you have positive energy cords and you have negative energy cords as well. So let's say that you've got a difficult relationship with someone, but you don't want to cut them out your life. You don't want to cut cords with them so that they leave your life. You can cut the negative energy cords, right? The other thing you can do is you can look at how much you're putting into projects that are stuck right now. This is so obvious. If you have been banging your head against a brick wall, not only does it really hurt, but you get to that point where you actually need to leave it alone for now. You need to back away from it completely. And the last is really obvious. Speak to your spirit team. Ask them what it is that you are missing or ignoring or not doing in quite the right way. So I hope that this has helped you, YouTube. If you need a reading with your spirit guides, if you want to become a psychic medium, if you want to discover your soul purpose, or maybe just speak to some loved ones, come and find me over at SheilaMaria.com. Lots of love. Bye for now.